Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet. Lakers driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. I'm Chris McGee, the Hall of Famers. Big game, James Worthy. We've got Mike Preseason, Allie Clifton will be joining us. Mike Trudell's working the locker room. Not a great night for L.A. The Dodgers lose. They're now down 1-0 to the Giants. And the Lakers lost 0-3 in preseason. But I got good news, Big Game James. Only 3 preseason games left.
Yes.
And then the real thing's going to start October 19th against this Golden State Warriors team. I will say this, it had that typical preseason feel, although it did get exciting at times. The second half, much better effort for the Lakers. But all in all, just a sloppy game for the Lakers, right? 26 turnovers that led to 31 Golden State points, and Golden State likes to shoot threes, and a lot of them.
I've heard
56 attempts tonight, Big Game, James.
Crazy.
So.
The one thing that really can just haunt you all season long is the turnovers. And the Lakers just sloppy tonight. You know, I would imagine, I don't know what, but I would imagine the coaching staff they're experimenting still, not willing to put, you know, the big 3 in there and put that top 7 guys in there and start like some of the other teams are doing. I think Golden State's that's just who they're going to have, who they're going to play. Phoenix the same way, they're gearing up. So I think the Lakers in the next games here, I think they'll probably get closer to what we're going to look like. Because this is, even though they're losing, you don't mind losing preseason games, but you want to be in sync and you want to have some continuity, and you don't want to be turning the ball over, and they just haven't gotten there yet.
But we're not surprised, right? 10 new faces, and as James just said, we haven't seen Westbrook, LeBron, and AD yet together, or, as James puts it, the guys that are going to be around them.
Yeah, it's too soon to say.
So it is a little unorganized.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Frank Vogel, very liberal with his substituting pattern. You know, tons of guys played tonight. Fun to see the Rook, Austin Reeves, in that second half, canning a bunch of threes and making some things happen out there. Definitely the good with the bad for the Lakers tonight. I thought LeBron looked really sharp in his first preseason action. He was really good in that first half. Some nice turnarounds, some nice spot-up shooting by him. And then Russ, I thought Westbrook almost like passed too much. You know, he's really trying to do what he said he would do a few days ago and really try to make himself accountable to his team. Just really wants to involve them. He's going to try to blend in with them. He said, look, LeBron and AD, they had a really good thing going here last year when they won it all, almost a year ago to the day. I'm just going to kind of try to blend in. And tonight, a lot of overpassing, pretty much by a lot of guys on the starting team. Yeah,
I think when you have a lot of new faces, and I think Brez brings up a great point, you will sometimes overpass, overshare, trying to make everyone happy. This is the first time we've seen Russ and LeBron together. LeBron played 18 minutes, Russ 17. Let's start with LeBron James. Big game. He got going there for a little bit and showed you said at halftime, just enough to know that he's in shape, he's ready. He had a pretty good second quarter, 9 points on 4 for 12. Yeah,
he wanted to come in and, survey the situation. He has some new players in there, Monks in there, Nuns in there. I saw him try to intentionally look for them on some plays, try to, get them used to his passing, that kind of thing. Just a little touch-up for LeBron, but I thought he looked really good. Strong, able to hit some shots, off of that one leg, turnaround type of things. But LeBron looks good. AD looks good. Russ, just a little rusty still, new team. And as you mentioned, Brez, he's really just trying to overdo it and show his teammates he's a willing passer, that kind of thing. Don't expect that kind of game from Russ. But I think the coaching staff now, with the few games left, they might try to look at what we might be looking at when regular season starts, give these guys some rotation, give them some time together. Because they're still a little inconsistent right now, and that's expected this time of the year.
What did you see from LeBron?
Liked it all. I really did. I'm not surprised one bit. This is a guy who, yet again, had another long offseason like he did 2 years ago. And we know what happened after that. He came back ready to go. An amazing stretch for him. We're talking 2 seasons ago now. Obviously took the Lakers to that championship. Similar pattern now. He had, 4 months off? Took a couple preseason games off. I thought he looked very strong on the ball. Good off the ball as well. Still need to see more of him and Russ together. I think you mentioned it. Russ had 7 turnovers. So I got to see that work a little bit more. But Russ wasn't looking for LeBron tonight. He was looking for Malik Monk. He was out there looking for Kent Bazemore. Russ was looking for pretty much all his new teammates and trying to get them satisfied and try to get them hooked up. I guess now they say he had only 6 turnovers, so there is that. We did see some vintage Russ. I saw him grab a couple rebounds, trying to start some stuff up the other direction. But yeah, just really, I don't feel James and Guy like we saw a typical Russell Westbrook.
No.
And again, why would we? He hasn't played in what, 5 months? You know, the Wizards didn't go anywhere in the postseason. So it's been a while.
He's going to be fine.
Yeah.
His first 17 minutes of basketball, he's in his city that he grew up in. He's wearing a Laker jersey.
Not even worried.
First action.
Not even worried.
What did you see from him tonight?
You know, he's thinking too much. And Russell Westbrook is not a guy that thinks. He plays and reacts. And we're right. You know, he really wants to. You know, he met with Jared Dudley, remember? It's because he wanted to get to know his teammates. And I think he's still in that mood.
Yeah.
One morning, he's going to wake up and he's going to say, forget this. Let me go do my thing. And that's coming. I don't have no worry about him.
Yeah, there were some bright spots. Brez, you mentioned Austin Reeves. Kent Bazemore, who we'll talk about later in the show, looks like he could fit with that unit. Kendrick Nunn, nice job playmaking. Dwight was great off the bench. You realize how much you missed Dwight a year ago. With the team, just the energy he brings. So we will touch on all that later, and I'm sure we'll hear from some of the guys. But let's get you to the highlight.
Started?
We'll do Lakers first, though.
We're getting stuff started, too, aren't we?
We had a lot going on
Lots to talk about
here. And we first begin with a look at who is in and who is out for preseason game number 3 of 6. And what do you know? Looky there. We've got both LeBron James and Russell Westbrook, who will play tonight after sitting out the first 2 preseason games. Unfortunately, no big 3, though. As Anthony Davis, he will get his first night off of the preseason. And for more on tonight's preseason matchup against the Warriors, let's get you live to the Bay Area. Lakers reporter Mike Trudell is standing by with the latest. Hi, Mike.
Hey, what's up, Allie? First of all, I'm a little frustrated with myself. I have the Mookie Betts jersey in my bag and probably should have rocked it underneath the sport coat.
Yes, you should have. Yep.
And not worn the tie, so that's my bad. I apologize. We'll see as the preseason goes on. Instead, Allie, I've been trying to figure out what the lineup's going to be for tonight. And as, of course, you mentioned, we know it's going to be the debut for Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. So that's a lot of what we covered with Frank Vogel, starting just with how did they come about that decision to make it in tonight's game, since he had previously said, yeah, it's going to be 2 of the final 4 probably. Here's Frank Vogel.
Yeah, we're just taking it game by game and, really letting them decide, how they want to monitor the early part of the preseason. They both said the first 2 they'd probably sit out, being afternoon games, and like to get in this third one.
Anything that you've seen from those 2 in practice that you're specifically looking at, these guys aren't
I just want to see the intensity with which we have practiced when those guys are in there, because it's been super intense and a lot of up-tempo, fast-paced basketball that I think is exciting to see, and hopefully we'll be that way throughout the year. Hopefully that starts tonight. Yeah, we'll start DeAndre at the 5, and we're going to start Russell, LeBron, Kent Bazemore, and we're going to give Malik a look in the starting lineup tonight.
What was pretty interesting? That locked more into maybe starting this center.
Not necessarily. We'll make that decision as we, continue our evaluation of the full preseason. Trevor did everything he could to see if he could get through the injury without, without missing any time, or without any procedures. So